everybody, I have a very important message for you. Just please subscribe. Alright, so most of the time, since I've been doing YouTube videos, I usually just talk about people getting canceled over stupid stuff. But I think this is the first time that I've actually covered something big where someone actually did something wrong. So, David Dobrik, we all know him. He's basically just like a more nice version of Logan Paul. And, you know, all the time, I don't really see him, but very much, because I don't watch him. But whenever he's, you know, I have seen him, he's like Mr. Beast. He's basically the more vloggier version of Mr. Beast, just like giving away stuff and stuff like that. Everyone knows him as like the super nice guy, like Mr. Beast, right? He's awesome. Everyone knows Mr. Beast. Everyone loves Mr. Beast. Same with David Dobrik. Until this guy, David Dobrik's old friend Seth, went on the H3H3 podcast, and also one of the old guys, one of David Dobrik's old friends, Big Nick, also, but we'll get to him later. For now, we're talking about Seth. So Seth went on the H3H3 podcast, and he basically told them about how David Dobrik sexually assaulted Seth. And now, it was kind of weird in the sense that he did it. The way he did it was he said, hey, yo, Seth, we're going to do this funny haha prank, relatable gamer moment. We're going to go and we're going to take Karina Koff, I don't know, some, like, hot chick or something. We're going to put an old man mask on her, and we're going to get you to make out with her with the old man mask on. And it's like, and David's like, so, Seth, are you alright with that? And Seth is like, yup. And then, basically, David Dobrik went and did something that Seth was not aware of. He basically got this old guy, or this other guy, like an actual guy, and he got him to go and pretend to be Karina Kopp with the mask and start making out with Seth. So here's that clip. Alright, so first of all, I find that clip highly disgusting. I'm not, like, having two guys, like, make out like that, I just find it disgusting, and I'm not being homophobic. Me as a straight man, find two guys making out like that is just gross. So, I just find that disgusting and repulsive, and he really shouldn't have done that. But then, Seth started getting bullied. Like, really bullied, really, really, really bad, like, out in the streets, just getting bullied and made fun of, like, all the time. So, like, he just started getting bullied, like, honestly bullied.
Kind of move out the state and move to Atlanta, because when I was in LA, after kind of dealing with that video with Jason, the makeout video, now millions of billions of people kind of are misconstruing, like, my own sexuality, and end up moving to a different state to kind of get away from it. So it's not like people coming up to me left and right. I really want the viewers to understand, it is so incredibly tough as a man to have to say that you were sexually assaulted by a man. It does, like, affect your confidence as a man. You know, you start kind of questioning yourself, and people would bring it up to me in public, and then I would just basically ignore it, like, oh, well, you know, at least, you know, like, I have friends that, you know, are doing cool stuff, you know, like, that's probably why they're just trying to bring this up, to try to, like, bring me down. But in reality, the situation was so traumatizing that I was just trying to act like it just didn't even exist.
So all of this, like, it highly traumatized Seth. Like, highly, like, it traumatized him, because, I mean, that, you know, what does that do with your macho-ness, right? As a man, your ego being, like, having you, a man, be sexually assaulted by another man, you know, it's tough. It really wears on your self-image. So that was just, yeah, I feel incredibly bad for this guy. And after all this happened, Seth went, and Seth is like, hey, can you please take down the videos? You know, I don't want them to be like still up there. And you know what David Dobrik did? As his friend, David Dobrik said, you know what, I'll pay you money if you let me keep the videos up. What kind of friend is that? Like, bro, first of all, I would never do that to my friend. And even if I did, and my friend's like, yo, can you please take this down? It was really traumatizing for me. I wouldn't go, yeah, I'll pay you some money. You know, I'll pay you money.
I understand, like, everyone makes mistakes, and, you know, I don't feel like you hate me, and, you know, all this other stuff. But, you know, I need you to take these videos down because they legitimately have caused me so much trauma. I just want to try to get away from it. And then he, you know, offers to pay me money to keep the videos up. And then at that moment, I realized, like, he's not a friend.
All right. So you don't think this could get any scummier, right? Any worse? Well, I hate to break it to you, but it does. It gets much, much worse. So what ends up happening is the same thing. David Dobrik gets the same thing to happen again. So basically what happened was David's like, hey, yo, Seth, I'll set you up with a commercial, and like a commercial deal. You'll get paid money. It'll be a big thing. It's awesome. So awesome. So Seth is like, oh, awesome. That's sick. He goes, he tells his parents, he tells everyone, and it was for this, like, beef jerky company or whatever. And what happens is they have these, like, gorilla guys, like these dressed up gorillas, come and, like, start touching him and, like, making out with Seth and stuff like that. And then it turns out that one of these gorilla suit guys is actually Jack, again dressed up, just doing this again. Like, what kind of friend is that? That's horrible. Here's the clip now.
He sets it up this time as this commercial where collab is involved. I guess Jack Link's beef jerky was involved in it. And then also David, Jason, and this time not Corinna. And I'm like, oh, I just booked a commercial, like hanging out with David and all this other stuff. This is awesome. Like, I'm super excited about it. I'm calling my family, like, hey, you know, like, I'm about to be in a commercial. Like,
That's
this is
painful.
good. There's going to be, like, these sexy gorillas, and they're going to be touching on you. And even then, I was just like, Jack Links is kind of like, what's up with them, you know?
And so Jason came out as one of the gorillas and then started making out with you again.
Yeah.
All right, so you would think, you know, at least this guy would get paid, right? At least he'd get paid for all this traumatizing stuff. Well, David doesn't even go to do that naturally. Seth has to go and shake David and be like, hey, I'm going to go homeless. I need this money. Give me this. I need the money. He has to do that before he even gets the money. Like, how ridiculous is that?
I had to grab him, and I was like, bro, like, I can't walk. If I walk out of here and you don't send me that money, I will literally not be able to have a home. So I have to have you, you know, compensate me for this.
That is so shocking.
I was okay with it. It was because I was in a devastated position where, you know, I was in between places to live.
All right, so that's up with what happened with Seth. But then we have another one of David Dobrik's quote-unquote friends that came out talking about how basically David Dobrik, the only reason David Dobrik kept the guy around, his name's Big Nick, that kept Nick around was to be the butt of all jokes, basically. And all of a sudden, once Big Nick started saying, hey, yo, I don't like this, because now people are coming up to me in public, can you stop making fun of me? Basically, David Dobrik is like, yeah, well, you know, I don't really want you around anymore. And then he just stopped having Big Nick in the videos.
And that's partially my fault, David, to, like, disrespect me in the videos. And so then everybody else just got the notion, like, oh, okay, like, you know, we can disrespect Big Nick too. Like, it's because our master does it. You know, that was kind of like the whole vibe. But just because you're popular doesn't mean you're, like, a good person. You know what I mean? It also got to a point where people would recognize me in public and then they would make jokes like about me, and I'm like, dude, like I don't know you. This is weird, you know. So
Like
it
what
was
kind of jokes? Like
just like making fun of
mean?
my height and stuff, and
Oh.
just because David did it.
So the bullying on Nick's part became so bad that he actually started considering suicide and questioning what his point of life even was. Luckily, he came to a realization that if fame is causing this much, trouble, that he shouldn't have fame. So he's at a good spot now. He's still alive. He's good. Here, I'll play the clip of him talking about that now.
Told him like, dude, I don't want to make these jokes anymore. And he was just like, okay, like that's fine. Like he was chill about it, whatever. And I knew by saying that I wasn't gonna be in the content anymore.
You said, yo, I don't want you to make fun of my height anymore. And he's like, okay, well, there's no point of having you in the vlogs then.
That was kind of the
That doesn't seem very,
that I got,
that
but,
doesn't sound
like,
very
he
good
never
to me.
vocally said that, you know what I mean? But that was for sure the vibe. Now, time, like I felt like worthless being in those videos. Like I was like, dude, why am I even like here? Like, what's the point of my existence? Because I was just treated like this punching bag. I was like, wow, I'm like really depressed. Like I realized right then and there, like followers, fame, money, none of this stuff is worth it if I'm getting to the point where like I don't even want to live.
And you know what? During all this, all he wanted was respect. The entire time, all he wanted was to be treated like an actual human being. This entire time, all he wanted was just to be treated like a human being.
All I just wanted to hear is like, dude, you deserve respect just like everyone else. And
Yeah.
it's like the fact that I couldn't even like get that respect, it's like, dude, what is the point of all of this? You know, like
All right, so basically, I think David Dobrik is a scumbag. I don't like him. I used to, I didn't really know much about David, but I didn't think he was a bad person, but now I'm like, I think this is horrible. Now, of course, I just want to put this out. This could all be fake, right? Maybe this isn't real. Maybe they just coincided. Maybe they're just trying to destroy David Dobrik's name, for the most part. But still, with the thing that happened, even if most of this stuff is a lie, what happened with the other guy, or not with Seth at the beginning with that haha funny prank, that's real. There's video evidence. So I think David's a horrible person. I don't like him at all. After seeing this, I just don't like him. I think he's a bad person. So that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.